Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Before we begin, subscribe and share the video. Today, the entertainment world lit up because of a line nobody expected to hear from Sara Bluma, whom many believed had already split from Yaman. She broke her silence with a direct, provocative statement. She said that the year 2026 will be their year, and that everyone must know it. And she didn't stop there. She added that they will confront and defeat anyone who tries to stand in the way of their relationship, finishing with, "Wait and you'll see." Within minutes, her words went viral and the breakup rumor exploded again. Here's what's interesting. If they really were as far apart as people said, why drop such a strong message right now? In celebrity gossip circles, one idea keeps coming up. They may have stayed in contact privately while keeping everything hidden because of outside pressure and impossible work schedules. And that line about those who interfered opened the door to 1,000 theories, from third parties involved to family, business interests, and the weight of public image. Meanwhile, Yaman stays silent. He doesn't confirm, he doesn't deny, he doesn't respond. And you know how this works. In gossip culture, silence is read as the loudest answer. People also say that with international projects and a brutal work pace, he has pushed his personal life into the background. But for that very reason, Sara's words sound less like an impulse and more like something carefully planned. And on social media, total war. Some celebrate, love wins, that year will be theirs. Others see it as a move to grab attention. The only sure thing is that "you'll see" line has everyone staring at the calendar like a countdown has started. On top of that, another detail is leaking from Sara's circle. She may have intentionally avoided public exposure, not because of a simple argument, but because of one fixed idea. Waiting for the right moment. They even say she repeats something to friends like, "Everything in its own time, no need to rush." And that fits with another interpretation gaining traction, that this may not be only romance, but also a shared future, possibly even professional. People remember that in the past, they supported each other not only emotionally, but also in their work. That's why her line about 2026 is being read as a hint of something big. An international project, a joint decision, or a life turn nobody expects. And pay attention to the context. One of the biggest issues in their relationship has allegedly always been the same: distance, different countries, and parallel careers. He growing globally, she building her own path. Yet Sara's tone suggests those barriers may have been overcome, at least in part, or that the real obstacle was never only the distance, but everything surrounding it. So the big question is simple. What will happen before that year arrives? An unexpected photo? A meeting? One single line from him breaking the silence? Because if this story proves anything, it's that what isn't said weighs more than what is said. Conclusion. Sara Bluma's statement doesn't sound like a sudden outburst. It sounds like a calculated message with direction and intent. And Yaman's silence, instead of dimming it, amplifies it. In stories like these, sometimes the biggest confession arrives without words. Now tell me, do you think we're heading toward a reconciliation, a joint project, or just media smoke? I'll read you in the comments. Subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video. The more I read and see what people say about Demet Özdemir in relation to Yaman, the more I'm left with the feeling that she's been turned into the center of an endless soap opera. where almost nobody wants to talk about her work, but about her role in the drama. And the worst part is that in the end, it doesn't matter what she does. If she shows up, it's strategy. If she doesn't, it's tactics. If she stays silent, she's hiding something. If she answers, she's feeding the circus. That dynamic irritates me because Demet shouldn't be a narrative accessory in anyone's life. But I also think she, knowingly or not, has ended up participating in the game that the press and social media need in order to keep squeezing out the voyeurism. What strikes me is how one idea keeps repeating. People no longer even care whether they're together or not. Not because the story has no romantic interest, but because it's been worn out by too much staging. Many say it bluntly. What's the point of all this theater about the breakup? Live, get married, have kids, but stop trying to prove something to someone. And I get it. When a relationship turns into a kind of public performance, it stops feeling like real life and starts looking like a campaign. At that point, Demet gets trapped in an image that doesn't always help her. That of someone who, by action or omission, allows the narrative to stay ambiguous so the public keeps watching. And that ambiguity, to me, is the real problem, because one thing is protecting privacy and another is playing the yes but no game with appearances that seem designed to trigger headlines and rumors. There are comments that say it directly. The fans are running in circles. The media are playing us. When it reaches that level of collective fatigue, Demet ends up paying an unfair price. She becomes part of the mechanism people criticize. They don't see her as an actress, but as a piece of a media puzzle. And then come the more visceral, sometimes even disgusting, reactions of pure rejection, as if the audience is tired of feeling manipulated. Another element also slips in that makes me uncomfortable. The everything is fake, everything is contractual narrative. Those rumors, fake marriages, deals, convenience, are easy to throw out and hard to disprove. And they usually hit women like Demet harder because they're expected to have a purity no one demands from men. Demet gets judged for every gesture. If she smiles, she's mocking. If she looks serious, she's calculating. If she moves on, she doesn't care. If she defends herself, she wants attention. I don't buy that double standard. But at the same time, if her PR team and her circle leave space for permanent mystery, it's logical that theories grow like mold. What I do believe, clearly, is that Demet would come out better if she cut off this never-ending story aesthetic. Some people ask for something very simple. Leave us alone, enough with the stories. I translate it like this: fewer hints, fewer contradictory signals, fewer scenes that look designed to make the fandom fight. Because the result is toxic. Followers feel used, others laugh for fun, and in the end, there's a bitter aftertaste of cheap spectacle. Demet, with talent and presence, doesn't need to prop up her image on this rumor treadmill. It weakens her. And here's the most important part. I don't doubt Demet has the absolute right to live however she wants, love whoever she wants, and stay silent about whatever she wants. What I question is the format. When the format looks too much like a strategy, the public loses empathy and switches into suspicion mode. That's why some people already say, "I don't care. I'm not interested anymore. It's getting tiring." That's her real alarm bell, not occasional hate, but indifference. Indifference is the doorway to being forgotten. And for an artistic career, that's more dangerous than any rumor. If Demet asked me what to do, and obviously she won't, I'd tell her, return to the center. Work what belongs to you. Let your name trend, not because of who you sit next to at a premiere or because of a video that proves something, but because of a project, a performance, a character. And if there is a relationship, let it exist without turning it into fuel for the show. Otherwise, the cycle repeats. People feel played. They laugh. They get angry. They get tired. And Demet ends up carrying a label she doesn't deserve, that of someone who feeds on noise. And honestly, I think she's worth more than that.